All right, greetings, Wildcat fans. Got a Hump Day special tonight, taking on West St. Paul here at Eagan Civic Arena. Just got done watching the B2 team, I forget which color, I apologize, shut out Farmington 5-0. So nice shutout there for Nate Dixon. Of course, he did that on 5 shots against. So not his fault. Great job. Pretty dominant performance by that B2 club, and props to that Farmington goalie. He had, 38, 39 shots on net and only gave up 5 goals. He was, and one of those 5 goals against Mr. Dixon was an icing attempt that ended up landing on him. So, a dominant performance there by the Eagan club. And taking on a West St. Paul team we've seen twice so far this season in coach-controlled scrimmages. The first time, I think, was one of their first scrimmages, and it was a pretty handy, 8-1, 8-9. It was a pretty dominant. The next time they were much better, but we also had players playing in new positions, trying out some new things. So we'll see what tonight brings. So Brooks, Cyril, and Marty starting off. Spicy chicken deep air, Cam and Ronan. And we're getting to work. Cyril, out to Cam. Cam, looking. Over to Ronan. Ronan steps in. Shot. Goal, deflection. Bouncing around. And waiting for, it looks like the goalie did get it. It was bouncing around at his feet. So your Wildcats are buzzing 21 seconds into the game. Same group out there. Cyril pushes it ahead. West St. Paul controls it. Bounces off a player. Brooks battling on the near side. Trying to get it. Cyril comes over, helped out. Cyril comes away with it. He comes out to center, pushes it back to Cam. Cam, shot blocked. Cyril, low hard shot, deflected wide by the goalie. West St. Paul tries to get it out, held in, momentarily by Cam. Here comes West St. Paul. Marty stepping back. Shot. Looks like Wyatt got a piece of it, flung it over the net. Cam rims it around. He's looking for an option, chips it around a man. Cyril tries to go up the near side. He loses control of it. Here comes West St. Paul. Kendall now on the ice. Cam got off. Cyril got off the ice. Moose is back. Chicken is mauling a guy in the corner. Trying to get it. Moose over there to help out flying. Rimmed around to the far side by West St. Paul. Out. Marty couldn't get it out. Moose tries to get it out. Can't. Moose over there again with a slash. Trying to break it up. Moose coming out on the point. Trying to block a shot. Again, Chicken mauls a guy. Tries to get it out to Brooks. Off the mark, and it flies down the other end. And we'll get the rest of them changed. Will, Jackson, and Moose flying. Nice reversal there by West St. Paul. Jackson forces the issue. Panic throw up to the far side, but West St. Paul does get it out. Moose angles his man out. Gets to work. Flips it around him. Gets it over to Jackson. No call. Moose takes his time. Gets it back to Kendall. Kendall looking for Deacon off the mark. And West St. Paul dumps it in. Kendall goes back, collects it behind her own net. She reverses, loses the handle. Moose wipes out on a guy. Comes up to Will. Will dumps it out. Should be. Weissing's waved off. Wildcats will get 5 new players. West St. Paul goes back to retrieve it. They trip over the blue line. It's up to Charlie trips over the blue line. He's hurt. But he forces a turnover out to Lauren, who buries it. Puck flips out to the slot. And Chuck went hard into the boards. Hopefully it's just the wind knocked out of him. He's gathering himself. He was going in there with speed. That's a big kid to go into the boards. And he's up and moving. Shaking his head. I didn't think his head made contact. I just thought he went into the board really, really, really hard. But he's going to stay out. So Bailey, Lauren, and Chuck, your forwards. Cam and Deacon. Oh, they're going to pull. They pulled Chuck to talk to him on the bench, make sure he's okay. Probably the right thing to do. So Marty comes out on your right wing. Eagan wins it. Back to Cam. Cam shoves it down. Big physical play there by Lauren. No call. Another turnover. Lauren flips it in on the goalie. He gobbles it up. Lauren's like a dog on a bone there looking for that rebound chance out in front of the net. So, same group out there. Nice pass by Chicken out front. Gets over to Bailey, but great save. The goalie coming out to challenge and able to save that one. Nice cross-ice pass there by... Nice cross-ice pass there, and this is a mauling that should be a roughing call on somebody. Yeah, and they're going to take somebody. They went to the whistle, sat there, and as soon as it stopped, they stopped digging. Rightfully so, and who was that? Marty who got mugged? So, good job drawing a penalty. Way to play tough. So, the board shows 4-0 on shots. Matt's got the shots 8-1 Wildcats. So when we go on the power play, Chuck's back out on the ice, which is great. Chuck flips it out front for Brooks, but Brooks unable to handle it. Here comes West St. Paul up the near side with speed. Deacon flying back. Good job by Cyril coming back. Gets a shot on net. Directed behind the net by Wyatt. And here comes Kendall. Kendall looking for a pass. It deflects out to the slot. And chipped over the net. And here comes Deacon. Far side. Pushes it up awkwardly to Chuck. Cyril heads up with it. Cyril dancing at the blue line. He was looking for some space. In the neutral zone is not where you want to dance, especially on that blue line. But 24 seconds left on the power play for your Wildcats. Pup line out. Cam and Chicken back on D. Moose wins it clean over to Will. Will gives chase. Chucks it down deep. Doesn't get it too deep. Moose flies over. Disrupts it. He gets dumped for his effort. But Will's able to put it down. Jackson's down there. Moose going to the net. Jackson bodied off the puck. Will ends up with it. Jackson flips it back to Chicken. Chicken tries to dump it towards the net. Gets lost in the skates. Jackson backhanded. Goalie's able to disrupt. Moose comes to the near side. He forces it. Well, ties it up. We got a scrum. Chicken goes down to help out. Jackson pushes it around. West St. Paul controls it. Tries to rim it around. Will over there with the stick lift. Directed towards the net. And Jackson shot on net. Goalie smothers it out. Nice energy shift by that 5. The Threes Company line out there. Chuck on your right wing. Lauren on the left wing. Bailey at center. It's like we're going to swap for the 0 play. Let's see if Bailey can win this. And nope. West St. Paul wins it back. Tries to chip it out, but Bailey collects it and dumps it behind the net. Chuck gives chase on the near side. Lauren comes over, helps out, grabs the puck. She takes off, gets it back to Kendall on the D. Kendall loads up, fires, and saved by the goalie. Well, they're hustling and playing with speed. Can't ask for a whole lot more than what they're doing right now. So they keep playing like this, the goals will come. Same group. Oh, sorry. Yep, Kendall and Deacon back at D. And we got a scrum on the dot. Finally, West St. Paul comes away with it, but they can't get it out clean, and they eventually do pitch it forward. But Deacon's there for it. He gets it over to Lauren. Lauren, with speed, turns around, gives it to Bailey. Puts on Bailey's tape, but she's unable to hold on, and it trickles into the zone. Chuck over there, trying to force it down deep. Lauren forced the issue. There's probably a trip, no call. Somebody just tried to check Chuck, and they bounce off. Chuck gets a shot that deflects over the net. Back out to Deacon. Deacon, hard pass over to Kendall. Kendall able to hold on to it. She dumps it in deep, and we're going to get 5 new Wildcats. Here comes Marty Brooks and Cyril. Chicken out there on D, and Cam makes it back on the ice. And here comes Chicken down the near side. He makes a move. First to the blue line, and timing's a little bit off there with Brooksy, but great job with them. They're flying. So went over to Brooks. Brooks fighting through a stick, trying to keep it in. Cyril over there. And West St. Paul momentarily gets control, but able to get it out, and Brooks dumps it behind the net. Marty flying over, ties up his man. Cyril gets control, ends up on Marty's stick. Marty tries to backhand it towards the net, but goes back behind it. Nice chip forward by West St. Paul, and we got a puck race. Marty back, good angle. He's tripped, goes in hard, and they put a shot on the net even after the whistle. Good job by Marty. They call a slash. You know, I know Marty wants a few more goals. I know his dad wants a few more goals for him, but it's hard to argue when you're helping out your team that way. You're doing your job, even if it doesn't necessarily show up in the fancy stats on the scoreboard. So Moose out there, he gets bulldozed. He wins the face-off, goes over to Will. He can't get the shot off in front of the net. Directed wide by the goalie. Rimmed back behind the net. Moose buries a man, no call. And here comes West St. Paul. Eagan has numbers back. Jackson and Moose hustling back. Break it up. Nice body play there by Moose. Kendall passes it up, but Will's unable to control it. Comes up to Moose again. And West St. Paul's able to chuck it back deep. Deacon has it. 23 seconds left in the power play. Deacon gets around the first man and runs out of steam. Moose over there pitchforks it out. Jackson gives chase. West St. Paul's the first one to it. They dump it down. Eagan's in the middle of a line change. Cam gets it. Cam head up over to Will. Will, nifty move. He's got numbers now. He dances around. Moose holds up and he dumps it in. Moose and Will off on a change. We got Chuck out there trying to make a play happen. Ends up on Chicken Stick. Chicken with a nice move. He walks in, loses control at the dot, and just dumps it deep. Lauren back behind the net. Some fresh legs. She tries to rim it out to Chicken. Doesn't quite there. West St. Paul. Nice breakout pass. But he loses the handle. Cam gets it, dumps it behind the own net. And your West St. Paul club has been full strength now for a few seconds. So not exactly a dominating power play, but a good job. And great job there by Lauren, forcing a turnover on the blue line. She gets it in deep, gets control, rims it out to Chicken. Chicken, low shot, puts it towards the net. Chuck trying to get it over to Bailey, but couldn't get the handle on it. And Kendall coming back, DDD pass, and Chuck this time was about 3.5 miles offside. So 11-2 in shots. Cyril wins it back to Deacon. Deacon dumps it in, and Marty goes to work. Marty! Yep, that's a check. You got to call it. And Marty comes away with it. We get a whistle. Yep, they called. Yep. I don't know, from my vantage point, it was hard to argue with that one. You go in there guns a-blazing like that and turn around. Hard to argue. Yep. So, Wildcats to the penalty kill. And one ahead by Cyril. Cyril gets it out. Brooks and And Cyril out there is your two forwards. Deacon and Kendall, your 2D. Nice nifty move there by West St. Paul. Brooks following his man down. Out front. What a save by Wyatt. Defense goes over. I think it's Cyril. Cleared it to the far side to get it out of the zone, or get it out of the house. Kendall gets it. Breaks it out to Cyril. Cyril. Nifty move. But loses the handle. Trickles into the corner, but that's okay. He's burning up power or penalty kill time. Cyril, one man gang down there. And here comes West St. Paul. Chicken's on his horse, backing up. Nice transition, forces his man to the outside. He goes around the back of the net. He comes to the center, fires. Shot, save, Wyatt. Nice job by him. Oh. And he came around looking for Moose, fresh off the bench. Looking for the breakout, looking for the stretch pass. And Moose wasn't quite exactly open. It was a little bit behind him, and I'll be honest, he was going to have a heck of a play to control that one. But you like the head up, you like the playmaking. So puck line, and Cam and Chicken out there is your deep pair. Will comes out to the point, tried to block it. Chicken in the corner. He's looking to get the puck loose. Moose down there helping. West St. Paul comes around, tries to flip it out front, but Jackson breaks up the play. Jackson comes to the blue line, loses the handle, but Chicken helps him out, pushes it out into the zone. Will gives chase. One rimmed around, out of his reach, kept in by Cam. West St. Paul comes away with it. Moose with a good stick, forces a turnover, and you get into the red line, or Chicken just inside the red line, dumps it in. Will, Moose deflected out front. Moose unable to head it. Great shot. Will pushing it out. Jackson getting a shot, and Moose unable to do anything. Will forces a turnover at the red line. He turns around, goes back to the zone. Moose goes off on a change. Flings it towards the net. Goalie save. Jackson trips over the goal line behind the net. Bailey plays the puck and effectively hip checks her man. It helps when you're small that people fly over you. Jackson back into the zone. West St. Paul forces a turnover. They have a pass. Get to the red line. Bailey forces it. She fights through a hook. No call. Roden just kind of stands there, lets the guy run into his shoulder, wipes him out, and here comes Lauren with speed. Chips it around a man. Just a little bit too far, and West St. Paul's able to chip it away, and they just dump it back into the zone. They go try to complete a change. Goes back to Deacon. Deacon over to Kendall. Kendall head up looking for her options. She decides to skate it up. Lauren smartly stays at the blue line. Kendall gains the blue line, dumps it into the zone, and your Wildcats give chase. Chuck looking, gets it out to Deacon. Deacon, too excited for the pass, kicking the shot off. Does eventually get it off through the wickets of Charlie. Goalie up to the task. 25 seconds left in your first period. Eagan hustling back. Deacon behind his own net, makes a move, loses the handle. Goes around a guy, loses it. Ends up on Lauren's stick. There's a lot worse places to end up. Lauren threw a slash. Low, hard shot. Goalie save. Bailey unable to bury the rebound. Tough angle to bury a rebound from. West St. Paul up the far side. Chuck over there, forcing a turnover. So we've got a 15-4 on shots. The Wildcats were buzzing. Lots of opportunities. Hopefully they can keep that up. That was a nice pace. Wyatt with not a lot of saves, but one of those was a beauty. They right in front. And he had to use all of that big frame of his to get out there. So over there, talking to interim goalie coach Brent Martinson. He's the goalie coach because he went to the seminar in the beginning of the year. So he gets bestowed that crown. But the whole team's been good. I mean, when you only give up 4 shots in a period, granted, and there was really only the one high danger one. The arena hasn't scored 10-2 Eagan on shots.
Much better.
What was that?
I'm much better.
So we're going to start off the period with Cam and Chicken back on D. And Cyril, I don't know. There he is. Cyril, Brooks, and Marty. So one by Eagan. Chicken dumps it in. West St. Paul controls it, goes back behind the net. Good job. Was that Marty tried to force a turnover. He goes flying. Nice chip up the boards by West St. Paul. Get around Cam, but Chicken's over there to help out. Chicken heads behind his own net. Trips, but from his knees. Pass up to Brooksy. Brooks tries to chip it around a man, loses control. And flung towards the net. Wyatt chips it back behind the net. And Cam up to Marty. Marty loses control at the blue line, but Cyril forces a turnover. And here come the Wildcats out for the outside. Shot towards the net, but never makes it. Deflected by the Warriors. We got a scrum back behind the net. Bodies flying everywhere. We got a loose puck. Marty for the wraparound. Save. Cyril right there. As soon as the whistle goes, he goes arms up. So they're buzzing. Puck line. So West St. Paul wins it ahead. Moose with a nifty move, but loses at the handle. It goes back behind the net. Jackson controls it. He tries the wraparound, unable to get it done. And here comes West St. Paul. Defenders back. Will and Moose. Jackson flying back. Shot. And they get a little too close, and Moose tries to put on the brakes and pushes this man over. So I don't think that's how he had it written out in his head. But thankfully everyone's okay. Nobody goes to the box, thankfully. Moose wins it clean over to Kendall. Kendall directs it back behind her note. Jackson and Deacon over there. Deacon looking for options. Deacon makes a couple guys miss. And loses the handle on it, just able to chip it out. And West St. Paul gets back on side, puts it in. And it ends up on Will's stick. Will coming in with speed. Will with a one-on-one. He makes a move. Shot. Goal! Little bit of puck luck, but Will executed when it ended up on his stick, and they gave him all the space in the world, and he buries it, bar down. So, about as perfect as they get. A little bit of a scrum, and that's why you don't put everybody in the beehive, and it worked out. So West St. Paul controls the face-off. They dump it in deep. Chicken to collect. He's pinned to the boards of the corner. Bailey over to help out. Chicken comes away with it. Gets over to Lauren. Lauren's wiped out. Lauren chips it up the board. Charlie gives chase. He's trying to hustle. Good job for him. And he does. He gets down there and forces a turnover. Forces up front, but there's a ton of black jerseys there. And here comes West St. Paul, the far side. They chip it out, but Chicken's there. He gathers it and dumps it back in. Bailey gives chase. She does catch up. Forces a turnover. They dump it. Charlie throws something towards the net, but couldn't get a good grip on it. Kind of bounces out to the center, and West St. Paul able to gather it. They come up the far side, and they've got numbers, but Bailey's coming back to help out. Bailey with a good stick. First man to the outside. Shot. There's a man in the crease, but Wyatt, a little bit of puck luck. The rebound goes wide. Another shot, and Wyatt gobbles that one up. And he introduced himself, and Cam and Chicken enter the debate with West St. Paul. Is it less filling or tastes great? So, Marty, Cyril, and Brooks out there. Eagan comes away with the face-off, back behind their own net. And get to the blue line, but West St. Paul forces it back. Pinballs around, and it ends up on Cyril's stick. Cyril tries to get it over to Marty. Marty flattens his guy at the blue line. Brooks curls around, gets it over to Deacon, and Deacon tries to dump it in, but can't get it much past the blue line. And here comes West St. Paul with speed. Marty slashes a man, no call. He falls down. Looking for another breakup pass off of Marty's stick, or Marty's skate. A little bit behind him, and we'll have icing. That's the right call. So pup line out there. 2-0 good guys. West St. Paul a little bit more awake this period. They've got already more shots this period than they did the last one. So Moose with the clean over to Chicken. Chicken around. Will takes off. Trying to win a puck battle. He runs out. Trickles in with it. The host of Wildcats right behind him. I was curious to see if he was going to be able to flip that one up over the goalie. He had to save it. It was going in, so I guess. But good hustle by Will. Just tripped over the blue line. And so Moose ties up his man. West St. Paul able to get out of the zone. Pitchforked over to Jackson by Chicken. Moose angles his man out, forces a turnover, gets it over to Cam. And Cam dumps it in. And icing. Just a little bit off the mark for Jackson, but good job for them. So, same group out there. West St. Paul wins the faceoff, back to the point, directed towards the net. Deflects wide. Chicken back there to help out. Moose loses his feet, but forces a turnover. This is up to Jackson. Jackson moves around a guy. He's got Will with him. Tries to pass it over, but it's deflected. Here comes the rest of the Wildcats. Will makes a nifty move. Moose goes back to the corner to help out. Tries to direct it. Ends up over on Cam. Cam deflected off West St. Paul. He makes a couple nifty moves. It's up in front of the net. Moose directs it wide. Moose back behind the net again. Moose fighting through, gets it over to Will. Will dumps it back below the goal line. Comes out to Will again. Will tried to get the handle on it. Over to Jackson. Jackson unable to control it. Moose off for a change, and here come the Warriors. Getting around. Nice job there. Bronin forced his man to the outside. He was able to get a shot off. Looks like it deflected off of Wyatt's helmet. So, good hustle by that line to create some things. And West St. Paul controls this face-off right to the slot. Save off the face by Wyatt. Bailey chips it around to Chuck. Chuck gets it around the wing at the point. And there's a turnover. Ends up back on Wyatt's stick, Deacon's stick. Can't get any further in the blue line and dumped back in by West St. Paul. Kendall back down to the corner. She's got her head up looking for options. Pushes it to Chuck, but Chuck gave up on her. He's getting out of the way and leads to a turnover. West St. Paul gathers it again and able to dump it in. Kendall goes back, collects it again. She slams on the brakes. Comes right up the near side. This time she looks for Chuck again, but this time it's behind him. Another turnover, and West St. Paul will gather it again. Wyatt deflects that one out to the point. Ends up on Kendall's stick. Kendall completes it to Chuck. Chuck looking cross ice for Lauren, but a lot of black jerseys in the way. And here comes West St. Paul. Shot. Save. That one had top corner written all over it, but Wyatt takes care of it. So 5:54 left in your second period. 2-0 Wildcats. So West St. Paul controls the faceoff, tries to get a shot for the point. Doesn't get much on it and deflects up front. And Chicken directs it to the far side. West St. Paul dumps it in deep below again, but Chicken gets it. Rimmed around by West St. Paul. Marty unable to clear the zone. Ends up on Chicken stick, and Chicken just dumps it. There's another patented no icing dump by Chicken. Just runs out of steam right below for the goal line. Nifty move there by Cyril in the corner. Gauge control, gets it out to Brooks. Brooks pushes it towards the net, but off a skate. Marty dancing behind the net, a nifty move. He tries to get up front, dumps it out front, but no one home. Directed to the far side by West St. Paul. Held in by Chicken and then dumped out again by West St. Paul. Cam goes and collects it. He goes cross ice to Marty. Marty finally gets the handle on it. Loses it about the red line. He turns around and fires it off a West St. Paul player. Bounces around, ends up on Marty's stick, and he dumps it in. And Cyril will go down and win a puck race. Cyril tries to flip it out to the middle, but no one's home. Shot from Cam. Towing the blue line, and no rebound chance there. Will was ready to pounce on that. So 4:44 left in your second. Pup line. Kendall and Deacon. Moose wins it clean over to Will. Will can't handle it. Gets back to Deacon. Deacon tries to dump it in low. And doesn't get any lower than West St. Paul. West St. Paul will ice it. So another face-off in the offensive zone for your Wildcats. So Moose steps in for the face-off. And it looks like West St. Paul tried to push it on the far side. Moose gets a stick over there, but can't keep it in the zone. Here comes West St. Paul with numbers. Moose firing back. Cab forced him out to the outside. And gets a weak shot in on Wyatt. And some more pushing and shoving. And we'll leave the same group out there. So West St. Paul comes away with it. Gets it back, and they're offsides. But no call. Deflects in. Jackson will try to win a puck race. They can't get there. Moose with a good stick. Gets it over to Will. Will controls it. Trips over the blue line. Tries to get it deep. Jackson down there to help out. Jackson has it, goes to the corner, tries to pitchfork it out to Will. Can't. Will wide up in front of the net. Decides to get pretty with it. Throws it over the net. Moose with a good stick. Thrown over. Deacon over there. All kinds of folks. Jackson forces it over. Jackson coming in. Shot. Puts it in. Good job by that line again. Yeah, Jackson will go to the net. You had Moose trailing to play. You had all kinds of options there. A good hustle just keeping that one in the zone. So, heck of a job by that line. Chuck, Bailey, and Lauren out there as your forwards. Chicken and Cam back at D. West St. Paul controls and is able to dump it in deep. Cam goes to work in the corner. Bailey over to help it out. She's trying to get it up to Charlie. There's a scrum. Cam comes away with it. He bounces it off the back wall over to Chicken. Chicken finds Chuck streaking up center ice. He gets there. Shot. Oh, heck of a save. Great shot. Great hustle by Charlie. That talk from his dad after the last game, I think, paid off. Got a great shot on net. A great rebound chance, I think, for Bailey. And a heck of a save by that goalie. And they clear it down the other zone. Deflects out front from Cam and right to the high danger zone. There's not a whole lot Wyatt could do there. So, I thought it was icing. Did they wave it off last second? Maybe they thought it could have been played. So, 3-1. Still a good guys. Marty controls it. And Cyril's offside by a couple feet. So we'll re-rack it here outside the zone. 2:50 left in your second period. So Cyril wins it back. Deacon gets it. He tries to dump it in. West St. Paul holds up at the blue line. They get a nice stretch pass. And one-on-one. Shot from the top of the circles goes wide. West St. Paul with a nifty move, trying to get the guy up front, but run with it. And Brooks ends up with it at the blue line. He's flying. Cyril puts on the brakes to stay outside. Good job by him. West St. Paul is able to force a turnover on Brooks and gauge control. They take it back around the goal line, reverse it, and they go for their breakout, and they have numbers now. It's a 3-on-2. Nifty. Good stick there by Kendall. That's a low shot in there. Wyatt's able to make the first save, and the defense is there to help brush it away. Cyril, sensing it's not a good time to try to get out, and they were all tired, dumps it. Not a horrible play. But everybody out there needs a line change. Better to get fresh legs than try to make something pretty happen when everyone's dog tired. So 2 minutes left in your second. The pup's out there. Moose wins it over to Chicken. Chicken dances around, trying to get it out. Eventually, Moose comes in, deflected towards the net. Cam ends up with it. He's looking for options. He turns around, still looking for options. Rims it around to Chicken. Chicken up to Will. Will chips it around. Moose gets it. We got a 2-on-1. Moose. Shot. Goal. Moose had Jackson going with them. Great job there with Will poking it around. And Moose came out of the zone with speed. He had Jackson that the goalie had to respect, so he just got to hug out to dry. And Moose went low and hard, 5-hole, and beat him. So that entire line has a goal tonight.
I missed that goal.
So Bailey, Chuck, and Lauren out there. Chuck gets up with the stick, or with the puck in the slot, but can't pull the trigger. And back comes West St. Paul. Fighting back is Cam. West St. Paul tries to pass it out. Loses the handle. Here comes Lauren with speed. We got a 3-on-2-0 pass. Oh! Great job by Lauren. She had Chuck right there, but just a little bit out in front of him. Chuck walks to the center. Backhander. Bar down.
Let's go, Charlie!
So we'll be able to see one of his goals this year, right? Well, good job by Chuck just sticking on it. Walks to the center. Loads up and backheads it over to the goalie. That's the unfortunate part. Their goalie is not exactly tall in stature. It's going to be hard for him to handle that one. And Wildcat, Deacon gets a turnover in the slot. He sells out and blocks it. He never gives up a shot. Good for him. Gets up to Brooks. Brooks trying to get through the neutral zone. Marty comes over, helps him out. He's bodied off, loses control out about the goal line, falls down, flips out front by Cyril. Flipped out front. West St. Paul shot blocked by Kendall. Kendall's harassed, trying to get up to Cyril. Cyril, nifty move, gets it around to Marty. Marty around over to Brooks. Nifty shot. Brooks shot. Cyril over there with a loose puck, and he gets destroyed for his efforts, and he's not getting up easily. West St. Paul guy standing over him. Not exactly a classy move. And this is the part where stuff maybe gets ugly. Moose comes over there and gets him. Helps him over to the bench. So Moose will go out there. Get the whole line. Yep, they'll just exchange the line. They're going to put... What are we doing? Yep, they'll just put the pup line out there. Keep everyone together. Eagan is going on the power play, so 8.5 seconds left in the period. Moose wins it back to Will. Will back to Cam. Cam bombs it, unable to flick it. Moose puts it in. Uh, 0.5 seconds left. Moose on the power play. Cam with the bomb. I think it was Will that got it back to him, right? Will back to Cam. Cam wide right, but a nice carom goes out front to Moose, and Moose is able to sneak it in. 0.5 seconds left. And they drop the puck, and they just wander off, and 6-1 good guys. Good effort up and down the lineup. You got, who do we got? We got Jackson with one, Will with one, Charlie with one, so there's 3. Moose has 2, and who's our other one?
What's that?
Who am I forgetting? Chuck?
Lauren made the first.
Oh, Lauren was the first one. That's the one I missed. Yep, Lauren with the first one. So we got a. This is a game that has Marty written all over it. So that hustle and meanness, and Marty's made his mark on this game too, even if it hasn't showed up on the score sheet. He's drawn 2 penalties and led to, for sure, 1 goal. So he's been a beast out there, throwing his body around, and obviously Matt's got us 25-13 on the shot department. The board has us 22-9. So obviously Eagan is selling out and blocking shots. Even Deacon, when he forces a turnover, sells out and manages to block a couple before they make it in on Wyatt. And Wyatt is who? That does look like Stella. Oh, you're good. Stella's down there with the Lollipop Guild. So, pup line. Jackson, Will, and Moose. Moose wins it over to Will. Back to Chicken. Chicken forces it up. Will unable to control it. Moose gives chase. He flies behind his own net. Does force a turnover momentarily, but West St. Paul controls it. They're flying back. Moose is flying back. Moose gets a stick on it. Chicken comes over and cuts him off. Puts the puck into the corner. They're getting physical. The whole barnyard's over there now. Eventually comes out. West St. Paul comes away. Walks to the center. Cam's not having it. Directs his man behind the net. He loses the handle on it. Tried for the wraparound. Chicken not having it. Walks out the center again. Low hard shot. But Wyatt's there. Break it up, and Cam once again introducing himself to a Warriors player in the paint. So Bailey, Chuck, and Lauren out there. Kendall and Deacon, your D. Deflects towards the net, but Deacon controls it. Gets it up to Lauren. Lauren tries to get it out, unable to do so. And she gets bodied off. Deflects out to Bailey. Because Bailey with speed, Chuck puts on the brakes, and he's offside by a split second. When you're a big kid, it's hard to just slam on the brakes. So same line. Bailey wins it forward. Ends up on a West St. Paul defenseman 6. They dump it down. Icing waved off. Kendall gives chase. She collects it below the goal line, reverses behind Wyatt, passes it up to Chuck. Chuck! Nice touch pass over to Bailey. Bailey over to Lauren. Lauren able to get it clean, but does get the handle. Comes down the near side, but nice job by West St. Paul to force a turnover. They rim it around the net. They lose the handle on it. Gets over to Bailey. Bailey flips it out to Chuck, but unable to control it clean. Lloyd gets it back to Deacon. Deacon gets a shot in, directed to the corner by the goalie. West St. Paul rims it around, tries to get around Deacon. Deacon blows his man up, and the puck trickles into the Wildcat zone. Kendall has her head up. Bailey buried. No call. And Deacon pushed into the zone. Lauren, a little late getting back onside, and she looks a little slow to the bench. Good hustle by that group, though, to make some things happen. So, Wildcats win it. Back to Chicken. Chicken pitches it over to the far boards. Cam wins a puck race and dumps it in deep. West St. Paul and Brooks get to work. Cyril down there helping out. Chicken pitches it, tries to get it deep. Does, gets it over to Cyril. Cyril with a nifty move, but he loses the handle on it. Cam pinches down, ends up a Marty stick, and Marty loses the handle trying to spin around and get a shot off. West St. Paul gains the red line and dumps it in deep. Chicken corrals it, gets it over to Cam in the corner. He loses the handle on it, gets back. Cyril back there helping out. He's got his heads up. Nice angle there by West St. Paul, and he loses the puck. Puck trickles out to the slot. He spins around. Here comes the cavalry. Cyril chips it around the man. He makes a move. Nice play there by, was it 13? Flying back. And a shot from the top of the circle directed to the corner by the goalie. Ends up on Ronan's stick. Ronan bodied. You know that guy had some power behind that shot when Chicken falls down. And dumped back in by Cyril. Cyril goes off on a line change. Marty and Brooks fighting in the corner. Turn around. Fired. Good job by Marty. Cyril went off on a line change, and Moose didn't get there in time. Otherwise, there probably would have been somebody in front of the net to force that one home. So, puck line. Deacon and Kendall back. Moose wins it over to Will. Comes back to Kendall. Kendall holds the zone and then dumps it back in. Jackson flying back to the corner. Reversed out by West St. Paul. They lose the handle on it. Moose gets it. Gets it out to Will. Will! Oh, can't quite pull the trigger. Just directs it wide. Jackson back behind the net. West St. Paul reverses, trying to get it out. Moose not having it. He goes through the stick. His man wipes out. Moose dumps it towards the net. Jackson's over there. Jackson gives chase. He tries to push it back to Kendall. He eventually does. Kendall shot. Will deflected. Great job by that line. Five goals out of that group tonight. So 7-1 good guys. Bailey, Chuck, and Lauren out there. Bailey controls the faceoff. She goes looking for Lauren up front. Lauren deflects out. Lauren's able to direct it towards the net, but no dice. Chicken along the near side. He's dancing around a bunch of guys. I don't know where the forward. Oh, Lauren's back there covering his point, so she's good. Chicken comes back to his defensive spot, gets it back to Cam. Cam gets up to Bailey. Bailey doing some work. She goes to the corner, back to Cam. Cam directs it back into the corner. Bailey rims it around, gets over to Lauren. Lauren tried to win a puck battle. Chicken pinches. Chicken down by the goal line. Chicken looking for options. Oh, and Bailey going towards the net, just a little bit off the mark. Deflects out to Cam. Cam just dumps it in. Lauren back behind the net, getting physical. And nice move there, out to Chicken. Chicken with Chuck up front, and shot deflects to the far side corner. Bailey gets it. Trees tries to get it back to Cam, but doesn't get a whole lot on it. And West St. Paul forces a turnover and clears the zone. Lauren's back there covering for a pinching Cam. She was going off on a line chain. Chicken gets it, tries to get Chuck, but off the mark. And here goes West St. Paul, one-on-one. Wyatt, blocker save. Deflects it over the net. West St. Paul falls on the puck in the corner. Cam pitch flicks it off around him, ends up a Bailey stick. Bailey tries to get around three guys and eventually does. She's turning on the Jets. She gets hauled down. And we get a call there. And what? A hook? Hook trip. Roughing. If you could do the move in the WWE, you probably shouldn't do it here. That's probably the call. So Cyril, Marty, and to be fair, right? Probably. But I think it's 6 goals in this level, isn't it? I think it's 6. So Cyril, Marty, and Brooks out there, gets out to Kendall on the power play. Cyril working the corner. He pitches it out front. Brooks unable there. Marty! Roofs it. Deflects out front off a shot off Cyril, or from Cyril. And there's Marty in the slot to get the rebound. 8-1 Wildcats. Probably, maybe with the exception of Kendall, who's due, there's probably nobody on the squad that probably deserved a goal more than Marty has for all of his hard work. So Cyril wins it ahead to himself, but West St. Paul is able to steal it away. They come into the zone, lose the handle on the blue line, and beautiful pass by Marty to Brooks. Holy cow. Brooks comes into the zone, but he's surrounded by a host of Warriors. He loses the puck into the corner. West St. Paul trying to clear it out. Deacon forces it down low off of a Warrior shin pad, and here comes West St. Paul. Marty gives chase. Back behind their own net. Nice move there by Cyril. He's coming up the near side. Cyril, Brooks, working hard. They force a turnover. Deacon gets it, but he loses the handle on it. Good job from Cyril to recover. He kind of takes the forearm shiver up high. Eagan tries to clear it out, but black jersey claims it at the blue line, and they just dump it in deep. Kendall, nifty move in the corner. She comes out to the blue line, but can't get any further. Cyril falls up behind and finishes the chore, and the puck bounces out of play. Back in off the curved glass there on the bench. So 3:20-ish left running time for your Wildcats. Up 8-1. This was a feel-good win. They kind of needed a little bit of tough luck and refs making weird calls and all this kind of stuff the last few days, and pretty good job. So fight back. Moose flips it up to Will. Moose wiped out. We got a penalty on roughing. So Moose draws a call. So the pup line will go on the power play here. I didn't quite see it. I just saw a huddle of bodies in the corner. I thought the kid wiped out. Ref didn't agree. So pup line, Chicken and Cam. And West St. Paul wins it. Ties up Moose. But Jackson steals it away. He shoots it towards the net. Moose claims it. He's dancing. He's tied up. He turns out. He reverses in the corner. He looks out front. He tries to pinball it out to Cam. Doesn't get a lot on it. Will's able to hold it in. Jackson ends up with it. Jackson dances. Moose ends up with it on the corner. Moose gets over to Will. Will, shot off bodies. And we got a penalty on Eagan? Interference, I think, on Will. I think. Chicken. Not sure who, but still, they were buzzing. They were just couldn't quite pull the trigger on a clean shot, and Chicken goes to the box. And $1:20 left in your game. Lauren takes the face-off. Bailey flips it around. She'll go back and play D. Chuck, nice backhand pass behind the back. Gets over to Lauren. Lauren streaking up the far side. She puts on the brakes. Looks for Chuck. Chuck! Oh, pushes it wide. Beautiful job by them. West St. Paul gets it up. Bailey's not having it. She collects it, gets to the red line, and just dumps it in, content to kill the 50 seconds left in this game. Lauren into the corner, giving the man the business. And here comes West St. Paul, 4-on-2. Chuck's going back. Bailey's back. Chuck directs the puck to the corner. Good job by Bailey, so it's not clean. And Chuck's back there helping out. Pitch shot in, flutters in from the point. Deacon to the corner to collect. 23 seconds left in the game. Directs out front. Bailey grabs it. She goes back behind her own net. She has her head up. She makes a move. She's tripped. They're going to call it. That's, once again, hard one not to call. And that'll be the game. So a group hug game. You got, who got on there? Moose, Will, Jackson, Lauren, Marty, and Chuck, all with goals. So we got every line participating. Some defensemen picked up some assists, I'm sure. Certainly Cam did on Moose's goal. And great job across the board. So we'll take it. So next game, Friday night, scrimmage in North St. Paul. That'll be at 4:30. So tell your boss so you can start your happy hour at 4:30 at the office. And then we've got, Saturday evening? 7 o'clock? And then Sunday afternoon? Sunday afternoon, yeah. So we got games all weekend, so you're going to have to put up with me. So we'll see everybody Friday.